Okay, ladies, so today I'm going to give you some dating tips that I've learned along my healing journey so let's talk about this for a minute because I see so many women online complaining about their husbands, their boyfriends, their partners, that they don't do this, that they don't do that. I wish he would step up. I wish, he would help more. And listen, I get it. I really, truly do. But what I don't hear enough of is the women asking themselves, what am I not doing? And this might hit a little deep today, but it might also be the exact shift that you need. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are coming back, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you. My name is Cassie, and on this channel, we talk all things of healing, self-love, and self-care, and of course, becoming your dream woman. So yes, when, my marriage ended, I had a moment of truth with myself. I knew I wasn't perfect in the situation. I knew I had my own flaws. And one thing that I'm truly proud of is that I was able to sit with myself and say, where do I truly need to grow? Where do I need to heal? And what do I need to change so I don't repeat the same shit again? That level of honesty, that's what actually changes your life. Now, here's the thing. When you're in that relationship, you don't always see your own patterns. I sure didn't. So if you're listening to this and something clicks, it's your awareness, right? And one of the biggest things that I ended up realizing is I was in mom mode, not partner mode. This is for the women who are moms or maybe becoming moms. Because once you become a mom, you kind of get stuck in that energy if you're not careful. You start talking to your partner like he's your child. Did you do this? Why didn't you do that? You should have already known this. And without even realizing it, you shift from being his partner, his woman, his attraction, into being his mother. And let me tell you what that creates. That kills attraction. It builds resentment between the both of you, right? Because he's feeling like he's being talked down to, you're feeling like he's your child, and it just causes a lot of mess and it creates a lot of distance. Because now you're looking at him like he's one of the kids. And he's looking at you like, oh dear, if I wanted to stay home with my mom, I would have. And that dynamic, it's dangerous in a relationship. It's not something that, is going to build long-lasting love in a happy building way. And here's something that I had to learn the hard way. Men and women do not operate the same way. They don't think like us. They don't process like us. And they don't notice the same things we notice as women. So when you're sitting here thinking, why doesn't he just do the dishes? Why doesn't he just handle that? It's not because he doesn't care. Sometimes he literally just isn't wired that way. So instead of expecting him to read your minds, you need to actually communicate your needs clearly. Hey babe, I would appreciate it if you could do the dishes tonight. Can you vacuum the living room for me? Simple. You're asking a simple question. He may ruffle and puff a little bit to do it, but hey, we ruffle and puff too, right? When we have to do things sometimes that we don't really want to do. But here's the part a lot of women don't want to hear. When he does it, you need to show appreciation. I know you're thinking, well, he doesn't, thank me for what I do. Listen, if you make this a tit for tat, you turn your relationship into nothing but transactions. And that also kills your connection. Respect and appreciation goes a long way, especially for the man. When he is feeling respected, he then naturally wants to show up more for you. So instead of criticizing him and putting him down like you're his mother, try to do this. Shift the dynamic and say, "Thank you. That really helped me. I appreciate you doing that today." Even a small touch, a smile, a little affection, that energy actually shifts everything. And if you need, appreciation too, communicate that with him. Say, "Hey, I really love when you acknowledge what I do as well. It makes me feel seen." Give him the opportunity to meet you there instead of expecting him to automatically know to do that. I think as women, sometimes, I know I was guilty of this as well, is that we think that they're mind readers or something, that they could just know what to do, when to do it, and everything because, maybe we've been together for so long and you're just expecting him to know you by now. But sometimes men don't really work that way, right? Sometimes when they come home from work, they just want to shut off their minds. Like they are able to shut their minds off a lot, unlike women. We are constantly thinking, we are constantly, worrying about things, but men, they can shut their brains down. I'm a little jealous actually, but hey, that's another topic for another day. And here's another big thing. Do not lose yourself in motherhood, babe. Yes, your kids matter. Of course they do, but so do you. And so does your relationship. So if you are not prioritizing yourself, you are feeling, disconnected from who you are. You're probably not feeling very attractive. You're not feeling very confident, and you stop, end up feeling like yourself because of these things. And then you show up in your relationship from that energy, like you just don't care, right? Because you're in a messy bun and it's been a hard day. You're doing mom duties, and that's where, a lot of people tend to get stuck. And let's be real, if you are constantly feeling exhausted, feeling like a mess, not taking care of yourself, you're not going to feel like the woman that you want to be. This isn't about, doing it for the man. This is about doing it for you. Because when you feel good for yourself, oh, you show up differently. And your relationship, that needs attention too. You have to water it. Date each other, laugh together, touch each other, connect. Because connection doesn't just stay, it has to be nurtured. And once it's not, it can be dangerous. And so I'm going to say this gently. If your relationship starts feeling robotic, if intimacy is feeling forced, and if everything feels like a chore, this is signs that you need to make some shifts, right? Things need to change. And, you don't want a relationship feels like parent-child, boss and employee, teacher and student. You want man and woman, masculine and feminine, connection and desire. And one thing that really helped me understand all of this a bit deeper was when I started learning more about relationship dynamics and the polarity. And if you're starting to feel like this might be something that you're experiencing, I highly recommend you to start diving into that as well. It can completely change how you see your relationships. And at the end of the day, this is not about blaming men. This isn't about blaming women. This is about taking responsibility for your parts. Because a healthy relationship, it requires two people showing up, growing together, learning and choosing each other every day, no matter what. And I'm sharing this with you not because I got everything right, but because I didn't. And I don't want you to repeat the patterns that I did. So if something in this video resonated with you, take a moment, reflect, and ask yourself, where can I shift? Where can I start showing up differently? How can I show up differently? And what can I do to create the relationship that I actually want? And if you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. And if you would like more videos on relationships, healing, and becoming your best self, tell me what you would love to hear next so I can make sure that I am giving you all what you would like to hear. So I love you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.